Good morning. Hopefully you're having a good morning wherever you are. I'm not sure if it's morning wherever you are. However, it's my most favorite thing to say, so I'm going to stick with it. If you're here, I'm sure it's because you have recently started a business or are thinking of starting a business or have some need for a website and you want to expand on that and learn how to create your own website. I'm more than happy to help. So, first things first, we're going to go ahead and dag. We're going to go ahead and dig right into it and dive. I think it was a combination of dive and dig. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. Let's navigate over to kneadwebdesign.com. That's KNEADWEBDESIGN.com. Let's navigate over there, see what we can find. I'll give you a few minutes to pull it up. A few seconds, rather. Alrighty, so over here we're at kneadwebdesign.com, and if you're just starting your business, there are a few options that you can actually choose from when it comes to getting the marketing needs that you need. So if you need some assistance with your business plan, we can help with that. If you need some assistance with how to sell, we can help with that. There are a few documents that you may want to take a look at here on Knead Web Design that'll help you further your business for the better. What we're going to focus on today is our store. So we can take a look at that DIY website builder. So we'll go ahead and get over here to, actually it's going to reroute to kneadweb.com, where you can go ahead and click on the website builder. Let's go ahead and browse that, peruse. All right, and here we have our website builder. A few key points here for the website builder. It is optimized for all devices. There is, of course, e-commerce functionality. Let's see, it's a completely drag and drop. Just a lot of features that are available. There are a ton of templates that you can actually choose from. Of course, content blocks. And it's just going to be, something that you really are going to want to utilize. You can take a look at that literature. There's a ton of literature here for you to read and see if it's, going to work for you and your unique needs. All right, so there are a lot of templates that you can choose from, as I stated before. All of them are 100% customizable. However, if you want to pick a specific template and follow along with the layout of that specific template, you can absolutely do that as well. And from there, you can actually try our website builder completely free. You can try it for free. Of course, you need a domain name because, how are we going to try it without a domain name? But we do need a domain name in order to try it, which you can also grab that on eWebDesign as well. But you can actually try it for free just to make sure that, when you go and start building this, you're not just going to end up wasting time if you don't know, if you can't quite grasp, how to make it happen. So if you want to go ahead and try it for free, you absolutely have that option. Go ahead and try it for free, see if it works for you. If it doesn't, if it does, hopefully it does work for you. And if it doesn't, we have website builders for that. We have developers for that. We can definitely help you out. More than happy to, as a matter of fact. And so go ahead and scroll down here and take a look at some of these features here for the different styles of website builders that you can have. They're actually essentially the same style, but they have multiple different templates and, like I said, a couple different features. The primary features of these are going to be the same. The primary difference is going to be the amounts of pages and the amount of products that are available. So, of course, on a one-page DIY website, you only have one page, okay? There's an option for an unlimited amount of pages, and then there is a store option, which still comes with unlimited pages, but just 10 products. The store plus, which comes up to 50 products, and then the store premium, which is up to 500 products. So depending on your specific business needs, that may be what you want to go ahead and do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just focus on the one page because this is just a tutorial and it's just meant to give you an idea of how to build your website. So once you go ahead and do try the website builder, or choose one of these options, it's going to give you the option to manage your site. I have the sniffles today. So it's going to give you the option to manage your site. And when you do that, it's going to bring you to this page here. Here, it'll show you my sites. And there are a ton of tools in here, guys, that you're going to want to take advantage of. Because you can even take a look at your analytics and see what's working best based off of, the amount of people coming to your site, et cetera, et cetera. So you're definitely going to want to take a look at that. So when you come in here, first button you're going to want to click is Create Site. And then from here, you have an option of an array of different templates. So say your business is a health business. And, maybe you have a yoga business for everyone. Even if you didn't have a yoga business, maybe you just like the yoga template and that's what you wanted to go along with. So this yoga template can be single page or it can be multi-page. It just depends on what you choose for your particular business. Now, we don't need a yoga template for multiple pages. As I said, we are going to just focus on a one-page website. And with that, let's go ahead and click our single page. All right. Okay. So with this here, we can take a look and we can see what this template's going to look like. And let's go ahead and see if we can start the editing process. Let's click Create our site. Go ahead and manage that. Okay, so here we see, if we scroll over and hover over everything, we see that everything that we hover over has the ability to be edited. That means that we can move this if we want. That means that we can move that. Okay, so what we'll want to do is actually exit out of that. If we wanted to move that, I don't want to move it because I want to keep everything the same, but let's just, for kicks, exit out of there. Let's go ahead and build. We could just click on that and click and create an image, but maybe we didn't want an image there. Maybe we wanted a video. And so here, we're going to go ahead and put a video. What we're going to need to do is exit out of this because that block was already, pre-programmed to have separate sizes for that particular block. So if you want something to fit a particular way, you'll just need to remove the additional space if there is any around it. So we wanted a video there, so we went ahead and put that there. Okay, and then we have yoga for everyone. So say we wanted to essentially keep everything just about the same, but we just wanted to, mess around with the functionality. So yoga is a sport. Get your yoga classes today. Okay, and then we have a little form, which I like here. We can go ahead and how we get the forms is, it's right here in the feature. We can go ahead and just select form, go ahead and bring it over. We could have put it there, but we already have it, so we don't need to. Now here we have a button, which this button is pretty nice here because it allows you to have different functionality as you see fit. So we can go ahead and change our telephone number if we needed to. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to be our telephone number for right now. And we can link it to, maybe we wanted to link this to an email actually instead of a phone number. So we could say here, email us, right? Okay, we could say email us, and then we could link it to, as I said, an email address. And we could go contact@kneadwebdesign.com. And go ahead and scroll down here. Excuse me. We could change the background if we wanted to. Actually, kind of like that color, so I'm going to leave that be. And then we could change the style of this button. So if we have a secondary outline, that is when we have the outline that's just showing the outline. Okay, so there's no solid color as a background. It's only the outline. Primary outline is essentially the same. It's just a primary outline, and so you'd have to change the color for that as well. And then secondary solid, that color looks like it's a white. Oh, okay, that color is white, and so if we wanted to change that color, we could do that there. It also comes with an assortment of additional colors, so if we wanted maybe that to be that bluish color, teal, I don't know what to call it, but greenish blue color. And we could choose that, and then we go ahead and change the border size. So if we wanted, you know, something, a really thick border, we could do that. Scroll down. If we wanted a really thick border, you click on it. Oh, we chose solid, so we don't have a border. Let's say we chose secondary outline. If we wanted to adjust that border size, we could do that there. If we, I'm going to go back to the primary, secondary solid. Which one do we choose? The primary solid? Okay. So go ahead and choose that. That's perfectly fine. We'll just leave it like that for now because we're just doing a tutorial as to how to change the functionality. If we want to change the letter spacing, we can do that. Make the spacing between those letters more spacing or less spacing. We can give it that. A little bit of spacing goes a long way, so we'll keep that there. If we want to adjust the font size, we're more than welcome to do that. Make a huge button if we want to do that. We can even change the font. It's at Open Sans right now, Droid Sans, whatever we want to do. Or let's see, even caveat. Okay. All right, and we can even put an icon. So since we're doing email us, maybe we want to put a little email icon there. We can even change the alignment. If we wanted the text for email us to go first and the icon second, we could do that as well. We can even change the color of that actual icon. Just choose a random color here, and then we can choose whether or not we want this this link to open in a new tab, or if we want it to open in our tab. With it being an email icon, it's going to need to open in our tab anyway. But if it were a different link, as in up here, where you had the option to link to a different page, an anchor, text, a URL, or a file, then you'd have the option to open the link in a new tab if you should so choose. Of course, the file is going to download as well, unless there's a file, a secondary file on your site that you wanted it to that displays on your actual site as well. So I like what we have there. So let's go ahead and we're content with that. So let's go ahead and click off there. We're going to leave all of this the same because, as I stated before, this is just a tutorial video. Oh, but I do want to show you here. So say here, we like the way this looks, but it's lacking a bit, right? We need a little bit of a background image. So let's go ahead and if we scroll over here to the side of the screen, we're able to give it a few different options. So if we want to move it, we could move it. We could click it. Okay. We could click that and we could move the block, but we're not doing that right now. That's not what I was focusing on. So we could click background, we could click the layout, we could do several different things here, duplicate it or delete it in its entirety there. But I want to focus on the background here because with the background, you have the option to add a photo, add a video, add a slider, or even add a map, right? Which is really interesting that you can do that. We could add a video and it'll preview in our background there. So if you change the opacity for the video, you can, opacity of course means opaque or how transparent rather the image or video is. The more you move it to the right, the more, you know, if it's at 100%, then it is not opaque at all, not transparent at all. The more you move it to the left, it is less opaque and it is more transparent. Now that background color is what shows as your background color, the more opaque the image or video or slider or whatever you have there is. So if you make it 100%, once again, you won't see any of that background color. As you see, I changed it to a purplish pink color there. The more you scroll over to the left, the more you can see that background color until you see none of the image and only the background color. So you have that option. You can do it as we should so please. I like the background image. Maybe there. I don't know. Just for kicks. And then here we have it to where we have, this is yoga. So we have a few different yoga poses and some meditation. We'll go ahead and leave that there because these are actually just images. If we wanted to swap the image out, we could. If we had an image that we wanted to use, we could drag and drop it because we don't have any images. Excuse me. Bless me. Since we don't have any images there, we're going to go ahead and just select one here. Just for, okay. Let's go ahead and make it smaller so that it can be in alignment with the rest of these things here. Okay, and so that's how you just swap that out. You can even change the alignment there. We click that arrow over there, click the advanced. Go ahead and click on the settings. We can say we want to show the caption. If there is a caption there, we don't have to. We can click this to enlarge. So if we in that aspect, if someone hovers over it or clicks onto it, then the actual image itself enlarges. So they don't have to worry about, not being able to see it because it's so tiny. If it's something that we want them to see a little bit better. And with the dark theme or the light theme, that's when it hovers, when that image hovers in the forefront, the back of the image is going to be like a dark, like a black color or a white color. It'll make it a little bit easier to not get distracted by the other images or anything else that are in the background. And then as far as the text, it's going to be fairly cut and dry. You can edit it as you would any, doc or anything like that. At this point, I'm assuming that you have some sort of familiarity with the with editing in that aspect. So of course this is going to be bold, this is italic, underline. Maybe you're not familiar with strike through, but if you want it, maybe you have like a 1999, but you wanted that to be, you want to strike through that, then you could definitely do that there as well, and make that price say $9.99, only $9.99, something along that aspect. If you're offering some sort of deal, you can do that. Of course, you see this filler text that's essentially in there. It's a lorem ipsum sort of filler text, but you get the point. In addition to that, you can change the alignment. We can align it center, align it right, align it left. We can even link this text to something. If we want to link it to, say a URL, a page, same as we did with that button, we can absolutely do that. We can change the, get back over here, we can change the font of that. Once again, we can, whatever font we choose to choose. We can change the, let's get out of the font here. We can change the size of that font, make it larger, make it smaller, as we see fit. Even the line height, which is the space in between the lines, make that greater or lesser. Let's go ahead and go back here, and then we can change the color here. So that color is, it's almost like a black color. Let's go ahead and change it to red. Get out of there, and now you see we have red. So fairly simple. I do like these space bars here because they give us adequate space so that we are not just bundling everything together and not giving the eyes a little bit of a break, because you definitely want to give the eyes a little bit of a break for your viewers when they are navigating through your website, because it it makes for an easier look and feel of your website. So let's go ahead and scroll down here. We'll go ahead and leave these things as they are. We're not really going to focus too much on design implementation, because you can, like I said, go ahead, click here, change that image, make it into something that you want. Click that one instead. I don't know. Change that image. You can do it exactly as this is and leave it like that, and it looked perfectly fine because the template's gorgeous anyway. However, if you want to do something different, you can, like I said, go ahead and bring text over here instead. If you wanted that whole section to be text, we could go ahead and just delete this altogether, and we need to delete that as well. and bring a, maybe put a form over there. Yeah, we can put a form over there. Make that happen. Now, say you didn't like this entire block, or you wanted to kind of start something from scratch. You can do that as well. You can go ahead and exit this, exit this, exit this. Okay, and just so you don't actually have to exit each one of those things separately. You could just exit here. I just was trying to show you how to exit specific things. All right, but if say you don't know the look and feel that you want to give the website, and you want a little bit of guidance, when you first go in here, there will be a short tutorial that'll show you how to do specific things. However, it is a basic tutorial, so you may get a little bit lost just following that primary tutorial if you're not following along with this one. However, if you're interested in the design of it and you're not entirely sure how to design it, go over here to these blocks. Over here on the left-hand side, click blocks, and then it'll give you different blocks that you can use, and you can see if it's something that you may want to choose from. So if you have a cover is typically at the top of your page. So these options here, that may be a good look for your particular business. You may want to go with something like that. They have banners, which again, those are good for the top part, somewhere in the middle. I like this one here. We're going to slide this. I see that banner. We bring it in here, and then it brings us an entire block with different things for us to customize and edit. So we could change this image here and edit that. Change our food because it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. So let's click, like a face people eating. Let's click. It's time to eat. Okay, but once again, our text is, the color needs to be changed, because if you see here, it's blending into the background. So these are the small design things that you're going to want to make sure that you pay attention to, because if you don't, then you may run into a few problems later with people not being able to view your site and view the readability. So let's go ahead and change that text. This probably makes more sense if I just change it to black. Even change it to a, I don't know, some random color. Probably not that color, but this is just a tutorial, so I'm sure you all don't mind that much what color I change that to. Okay, and we'll figure that out. You can even take a look here. See if it gives me. There we go. Okay, so yeah, like I said, you can go ahead and change that as you see fit. There we go. Okay. All right, so we have that there, and we can, like I said, change that as we see fit. And then let's go ahead over here to meeting our instructors. Like I said, we're not really too focused on the look of the website, as we don't need to be, but call to actions are definitely important when you are doing anything here. So we'll go ahead and put a call to action block, because maybe you don't know exactly how your call to action should look. Maybe we want these people to buy a product for $99, or we want them to be able to request a demo. And so here's a great call to action block that tells your customer what they should do from here. Because if they go into your website and it's like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing here, it's like a now what type of ordeal. So like, we've gotten onto your website, now what do you want me to do with this information that I've gathered from it? This is what I want you to do. I want you to buy the product for either $99 or request a demo for the product if you're not sure whether or not you want to buy the product for $99 yet. So here you can do just that. Now I'll let you all go ahead and look at the different functionalities here. Testimonials, of course, those are going to be great. For if you have some testimonials from clients, if you've been in business already and people are saying some great things about it, definitely go ahead and put those testimonies in here because it helps with the credibility of your website. Especially if you're a newer business and you don't have, a very good following, or, not very many people know of you. Looking at the testimonials definitely will help to entice your customers, your visitors, to move forward with that call to action. Then you have maps, of course. I'll just show you how the map works. I'm going to put it in here, even though it makes no sense to put it in there, just so that you can see how it works. So if we pull the map in here, we can choose our address. Let's go ahead and just choose Ohio. And we can do a road map or a satellite map. And then let's go ahead and click satellite map. And then we can zoom all the way in here to where we see, a particular part of, wherever we chose. Or we can edit it and zoom all the way out to where we see the entire state of Ohio. Or we can do a road map. And there, again, we'll see the entire state because we're all the way zoomed out. Zoom all the way in, and we'll see, that pin marker particularly where we put the address in. Of course, you can put the actual address in. I'm just using Ohio just to use Ohio. And then your customer will be able to zoom in and zoom out as they see fit as well. And let's see, anything else? Oh, okay, so social icons, you can hook up your social sharing icons. So say you wanted to incorporate some social sharing buttons there, your Facebook comments there, and you want to enable the function to like your page directly from there. You can do all of that. All of those things are completely available to you. You'll just want to go ahead and put in your Facebook URL here so that people are able to see it. And then here where your social sharing icons are, you can design them as you see fit. Same, change the alignment and choose how you want them to look. Right now they're set to hover. When you hover over them, they turn that color there. If you want to change that color, then you can, click on that. Of course, same as we did before. Let's go ahead and change the primary color to purple because that's the color I like right now. and you can change that. You can even change the style. If you wanted it to look a little bit different, you could do that. But I'm content with that. And then there are additional icons, social icons that you can use. If you have, any of these other social sites that you may want to use, definitely feel free to incorporate those as well. You can remove any of them as well if you want to take the Twitter out, take your Instagram off, whatever you want to do. That's totally up to you. Let's take a look here. Embedded code. So if you know anything about code, you are more than welcome to embed some code here. There's very small need to actually incorporate code, but if you want to do it, you're more than welcome to do it. It's your prerogative. So let's just show you what that looks like. I need to copy an image. Okay, so if we were to embed some code right here, we edit it. I'm just going to do a simple image, that image that I just grabbed. Image source. And you don't need to worry about this at all. This is just, for explanation purposes. If you want to embed code, you can. You can choose it to adapt to full height, or you can choose for it to be whatever size that it is. And let's go ahead and click out of there. So this is the image. This is the image that we just copied. I just copied this image, I believe. Now, of course, this is not going to be the right size automatically. So we could, because obviously this is stretched. This is not going to fit that image. This is not going to fit that image. I'm pointing with my fingers if you can see my finger. This is not going to fit that this image because it's not the right proportions. But we could scroll the proportions out though. We could do that if we wanted to. We would need to scroll this in a little bit. This section in a bit. Come on, help a sister out. And we would need to move all of this over. There we go. Okay, there we go. And now your customers will be able to scroll this over. There's a little bar down here that you can't do anything right now because it's not live. But your customers will be able to scroll that over and see how that image would look. And you can also, if you're doing the code, you could put in the style here and say that the width is going to be 100%, right? So that your customers don't have to worry about scrolling over in the image. But if you know the code, I would assume that you know what you're doing there. And if you don't, then don't bother with the code. Just use a drag and drop. There are image icons here, image buttons here that you can just go ahead and drag that. I mean, you could literally just swap that out here for a photo. We're going to need to delete that if I move that, but I don't want to. I'm going to drag it up here so we can see. So let's add a photo. Let's add that same photo. Where is she? Add that same photo. Yes, works for me. Let's stretch her out here. Okay, see, we're going to need to move her over here, but we can't right now because, once again, this section is going to need to be scrolled over in order for us to move that over. So we still have the ability to make this exactly like that one. You don't have to meddle around with the actual code of that image. You can do it however you see fit. So don't worry too much about that part. Once you start messing around with the functionality, you'll see how extremely simple it is by just, see, let's go ahead. Let me just show you how this works because it's going to bother me until I edit that. So let's exit out of there. There we go. Okay. And we have a photo. Add a photo. My photo. That photo. Select photo. Okay, so we have our photo here that we've selected and we are content with it, right? So as you can see now, it is the exact same size. Okay, see, we're going to need to put a space up there if we want it to come down here. But it's the exact same size as this one. It looks good. It looks exactly how we want it to look. And, you know, I mean, it's exactly how we want it to be. All right, so we'll go ahead and scroll down here because that's essentially explain that. Let's see, I think that's about everything there. You have the option for a gallery here if you wanted to put a gallery. You can go ahead and do that. It'll obviously not put this on top of that image. You'd need to delete that image in order for that to be removed. But we can go ahead and put the gallery right here if we want that to happen. Let's say, see our gallery. All right, and I won't hold, like I said, hold it too much on the actual design functionality itself because it's not really what we're focused on. Then here, if we wanted to add additional pages, we could as well. However, if you only have a one-page plan, only your first page is going to publish. So know that. You're going to want to add the unlimited page plan if you want to do more than one page. So keep in mind. If you want to change the theme, you can definitely change the theme from here. If you want to change the different colors and fonts, headings, etc., links, buttons, as you see fit. You can definitely do that there. Even the dividers, you can do that as well. How the dividers work. Some of them, let's see if we have it here, where they have the dividers with different dots and such. Well, we don't have any right here, but we can. And if we wanted to change what the look and feel of those dividers are, we can change them right from there. And finally, our settings. So we're going to want to connect our domain here. We're going to want to make sure that we have an SSL certificate on there as well, that security certificate as well, so we can make sure that we have a secure website. And then we can connect our Google services, so we can take a look at the analytics and anything else that we want to take a look at. And if we have, something sort of maybe one of our forms where we want to do like a CAPTCHA or reCAPTCHA, we can definitely use Google's reCAPTCHA. We'll just need to hook it into there. If we want to do a blog, of course, we can enable our blog from there. Legal is as far as our terms and conditions, and then whether or not we want to manage cookies on our website. If we have like JavaScript, if we're using any of those, that fun functionality, then we can go ahead and turn that on. So we automatically have the image optimization, and so yeah, you're going to want to click this to change your well, we're not going to take a look at, hey there, buddy. Well, you're not going to want to click this so you can change, so you can brand your website, so that, if you have a logo, click on that and upload your logo so that people know who you are based off your logo, because that, definitely counts for your credibility and, who you are. Now, when we talk about optimization, search engine optimization, that readability and that that responsiveness, we are talking about the look and feel in different browsers. So let's go ahead and get out of here. And we can go ahead and say, this is the look. This look that we've been looking at, that's the look if, people are looking at it on a desktop or a laptop, etc., etc. However, if we wanted to look at it on a tablet, this is the look that we get. And this is really important because, most people, a lot of people are doing business on phones now, or scrolling through, on phones now, because we have, these computers in our pockets at this point in time. So it's very important to have something that is easily viewable on a phone and a stationary device, as far as like a laptop or a desktop, or however you should so choose. So this is the look and feel that it would give it if you were on a tablet, and then this is the look it gives if you were on a phone. Now you see how all of the different things drop down to where they're not next to each other anymore, because if they were next to each other still, they'd be really squished and very hard to view, and then people have to scroll all the way in and then scroll all the way out, and they lose their place, and it's just a bit of a design headache, and that's going to account for people bouncing back from your website because it's not easy to be viewed. Now you see this and you're saying, hey, well, maybe we should do something about that. I don't know if I like that image. I'm sorry. Here I am attempting to adjust it. Oh, alt text. Alt text is also important for readability of websites. I did not talk about that. You're going to want to, for any image that you have, for search engine optimization. And I keep talking about search engine optimization. I assume that you know what it is, but if you don't, that is just how the different browsers, say Google or Yahoo or Bing rather, or the different search engines index and find your site. So it's how your website is optimized for the different browsers to find your site. So these things like this, like the readability of your website and the text of the images, they help with that, because if for some reason the image doesn't render in your website and there's still, a description of what the image is, then it definitely helps to, for the search engines to still quote unquote see what that image is, if that makes any sense to you at all. So definitely, put in a description. Title is not extremely important, but the description is. And after we've taken a look at this and see that this is definitely something that we want to go ahead and go through with, this is where our menu would be if there were a menu. Well, we have a bit of a menu, quote unquote, because we have that email button. We could add additional buttons. We could add, even if we're only doing a one-page website, we could add additional items to our menu, and we could make those all anchor text, so further parts in our website, so that it looks like we only have, it looks like we have more than one page, even though we only have one page. One second, I'm going to take a sip of my water here. Excuse me. But yeah, so it looks like we have more than one page, though we only have, one. If we can only afford one, and we only want to do the one, or we only have enough information for one, and we only want to do the one, we can still give it a look and feel of a more robust site without having to, once again, break the bank doing so. So once we've done all that we need to do here, our next step is to go live. Now, if you were just trying out the website, if you only have the free trial, you're not going to do yourself any justice by trying to click this button here to go live or to publish it, because it's not going to go anywhere. You need to have some sort of a plan in order for the website to actually publish. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is, like I said, choose one of those options. So you can go ahead and this will automatically save. Everything that you've done on here is automatically saved. And so all you need to do is go back and then go ahead and choose the option that you want to choose, upgrade to the option you want to upgrade to, and then you can go ahead and click go live. Now you're going to want to update your FTP credentials to choose, the files that you want it to upload to. You're going to want to make sure that you're uploading it to your public domain. And with that, if there's any help that you need with that, we can definitely help with that. But it's pretty cut and dry. Where the exact same place that you go to manage your site, that's where you'd go to update those FTP credentials as well. And it's, like I said, pretty cut and dry. So we'll go ahead and click publish or go live. So let's go ahead and click publish. So now it tells us website is publishing, my files are being updated, and it can take several minutes, and then they'll notify me when it's complete. Okay, so it says continue editing. All right, I'm going to continue editing. Now we see this little icon here, this little rotating thing here, and it says we're publishing your site. And we're excited about it. Okay, hopefully it doesn't take too long, right? Because we're really excited. We just want to party with that. All right, let's look here. While that's doing that thing here, let's go ahead and take a look and see if there's anything else that we want to go to. No, I think, excuse me, it's lunchtime. It makes me hungry and tired. But I think that we are essentially done here with this. I think, we like everything that we have set ourselves out to accomplish, and I think that it's doing exactly what it needed to do. We probably didn't play around too much with the functionality, just because, like I said, this is just a tutorial as to how to, not really giving you a specific design, because the templates do just that. They give you a different layout to, to where you can build something exactly as you should see fit. So Typically doesn't take very long for your website to publish. See, there you see, there you have it. So if we counted, I think maybe that took about 2 minutes for our website to completely publish. Maybe less than that, I'm not sure. We could have clicked it right there, but I wasn't quick enough. So let's go ahead and just open up a new tab here. Go ahead and pull up our new website. You can translate it if we wanted to, because it thinks this website's in Latin because of our filler text here. But this is how our website looks now. Now we see it. You see? You see? This is everything that, and this is just where I put that code. That's why that's doing that. But we could have put more code in there to make it not do that. But obviously this one looks a lot better because that's the one that I just pulled in there. I didn't have to do any coding with that. And then we can just continue to scroll. Now there was one more piece I wanted to show you just for fixed images, because I'm not sure that you know anything about fixed images. So here, say we wanted to go back to that background. We want to go to add a photo here. I don't know which image we chose, but so if we're going to choose a photo, we have the option to give it an effect, right? We can either turn on effects, and we can say make this parallax, so that's just to flip the image, right? Or we can say fix that image, and if we fix that image, that allows for everything else to scroll over that image, and it gives it a different look and feel. And so we could do the same here, and we could say background, we could say add a background. Yep, not there. Let's go to my photos and same background here. And then we want to turn those effects back on, and we want to fix it again. So same there. It gives us a bit more flexibility with the look and feel of the website if we do it that way. So that is another aspect that I like. And let's go ahead and publish that and see what it looks like. Let's just go live and just to see what that looks like. I wouldn't say that this edit would take as long as the previous one because there is just you know, this last piece that we're looking at. But let's take a look and see. But with that being said, that's essentially all that I wanted to show you all today. Hopefully you learned a bit from this tutorial as to how to build your own website. And I wish you all the best of luck when it comes to all of your business endeavors. I'm sure that, you know, all of you will be successful if you keep consistent. That's really what it is. Consistency is definitely key. So keep consistent, you know, keep pushing forward and try your website builder, and wish you the best of luck. I'm waiting for this to load here and we'll see if it does it in the next few seconds here. If not, I'm gonna have to fail you all goodwill. See, I mean, it doesn't take very long at all for it to upload, but being that I'm coding all day, this is, you know, 1 minute's too long for me. That's how we are in this day and age, right? Everything's, if it's not moving at 1 minute, it's not fast enough. Okay, there it is. So we'll go ahead and click adina.com or your website.com, whatever it'll be, and then we have our image there. And if we scroll up, go ahead and scroll. We see, yeah, it's looking good, right? We're liking it. We're loving it. So you see how that works with that fixed image in the background there? Same with the fixed image up here in the background there. We can do it as we should see fit. So that's all I wanted to show you all today. Again, we are, like I said, going over here to kneadwebdesign.com. Go ahead and click on there. So if you have any questions, comments, or concern, go ahead and fill out the information here and submit that form. You can also submit it over on kneadweb.com as well. But feel free to send us an email, shoot us an email, submit the contact form, or give us a call with any of your questions. Again, wishing you the most abundant success in your business journey, and have a good day. Talk to you soon.